Olvidare. Dios, no.
Let us make our way to Paradise Island at once.
Stop right there, Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial. The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you openly, in the hopes that you will comply with his request, and come with me peaceably.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
You're here to meet me. The message you received was of my construction, not your compatriots.
No.
Virgil is not coming. Surrender.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was thinking I was already present.
Virgil! Touting your flair for the dramatic, even now, I see. But I fear our reunion must wait until we've dealt with this pawn of the
Dia
Consul.
smiling.
I had not expected a third party, but it is so much the better. I'm afraid you must come with me as well, Arbiter Montag.
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you anywhere. Any attempts to force us shall be met with violent reprisal.
Suffering the ignobility of retreat from my duties is as severe a crime as defection. Both of these arbiters can attest to that.
Beware what you say. These sentinels deal in trickery and subterfuge. It would be safer to kill him than to discuss his surrender. This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led me here. A lowly deception, even for one of the Consul's own.
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed, for I know he would not have arrived at my request.
Your explanation does not pull my heartstrings, Sentinel. Yet you at least had the sense not to assail us outright. Surrender, and perhaps you may yet live.
You may not believe me, but I have much admiration for the work you and Arbiter Montag have done for the Protectorate. I've no wish to fight. Enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you.
It's possible this is a ploy, and the Consul is on to Virgil and I. But if that is so, why lure me here, then meet me openly when Perrault could have ambushed me from behind?
Are you mad? Because he seeks to lower your guard, then strike. Surely you don't intend to converse with him about it?
I trust Sentinels no more than you. but I am using this situation to gather information, which I would expect you would also do if you weren't so focused on haranguing me.
Agreed.
Conversation is not likely to distract me from my purpose. I am here to kill no one, but unless there has been some kind of mistake, you must still submit to me.
Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the consul's summons.
Come now, do you expect me to believe that? Not only are you not in shackles, but you're also still alive. I can't imagine Arbiter Rao would have allowed that willingly.
Yes, we were going to find their stash of contraband protectorate rations, with all the labels crossed out. Architect preserve us.
I see. It would appear I misjudged this situation after all. I must reinterpret my orders. Accosting you illegally and the subsequent punishment would be mortifying.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed. We spare him. His master gains another tool to cover up the Supreme Arbiter's death.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties, after I apprehended you.
This is all clearly a tactic on the consul's behalf. By sending out his agents, he seeks to deflect suspicion from himself. That is, if our compatriot here speaks true.
What must you think of me, or my fellow Sentinels, that you'd even suggest I'd lie to arbiters? I'm not the one positing scurrilous accusations about our beloved consul. But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating post. A hidden room there may contain information pertinent to the investigation. I cannot speak to its purpose, only that it is strange and worthy of investigation.
Or it is yet another falsity, intended to draw us close before snapping our necks.
It's a risk worth taking. I can endure whatever the consul sends my way, and if there is a minuscule chance that this sentinel speaks true, we must investigate.
I'm pleased to be of service, in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another. If you had not interrupted me, I would have committed a terrible injustice upon my brethren. If I am to be punished for my failing, I will suffer the consequences head high. I will take my leave of the lot of you, and in peace. It is my sincere hope that circumstances are as you claim, lest we be forced to meet again.
I shall follow him out, just to certify he intends to act as he speaks. That's done with. He left peaceably, as he said, though I have my doubts for how long.
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly devolved into a battle to the death.
I'll spare you my doubts for the umpteenth time, Tristan. I just hope the risk is worthwhile.
I appreciate your caution, but it is quite unnecessary. My comrade and I will look into Oculus collating post. Let us do just that. I regret we've not had more time to talk, Virgil. It has been ages.
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to converse when you've finished your investigation. I have several leads of my own to pursue, as a matter of fact. Until our paths cross again, my friend.
itu.
I've only visited Oculus collating post a handful of times, and that was long before...
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. Particular places, these security measures should not be operational. And the station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully. Well, no one is here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops, lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered. Is that a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received... Be on guard. Someone else may be here.
And play pitchfork.
My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor.
Mulai. Kira. Terus nanti ibu pisan ya. Ya, mesa.
Good effort lifting the lockdown. We may now reactivate the station in... in the reactor room.
Very comfortable. Oh, sticky.
Seems our intelligence was correct. There's clearly a door here, and I would hazard that we'll be able to open it somewhere on station. I find this entire situation... We should make sure the station is... Let us go. Reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet soft. A mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place.
Multiplication in progress. Locking them down.
Interrupted. Status. Current mobility interrupted. Defensive measures. Mobility interrupted.
I cannot say I have had to search for a hidden switch in a protectorate holding before. Keep watch. It could be rather small and well hidden. Ah, I think I've spotted it. Look there at the valve beside the sickly yellow pipe. There behind the room's main pillar. There. I'm certain of movement below. Gird yourself with determination, for it seems I was correct about another body being here.
Passcode is limber. Now, let's try amulet. No. Wingtip. Now, Sovereign's Gavel. I should remember this, damn it! Ambergris can't be it. That's too short for a facility like this. Wait. Oh, no.
Of the strategies of feigning innocence I have seen, this is certainly the most pathetic. I accuse you of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign. For these crimes... Wait, I know you. Luther Okada? What in blazes are you doing here? And why do you wear a Sub Rosa uniform?
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not supposed to, but also because I can't remember.
I knew this man when I was still a cadet. Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil let him go, but he usually went to mental refreshment.
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until I forgot them again.
This truly is no ploy. But mental refreshment is supposed, despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains that he now trespasses in a secure facility. Duty dictates that I must execute him. That's a wise path.
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible. He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times each.
Ne'er-do-well is a...
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, you may be right.
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them.
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. But I can't decide whether to disdain or pity you.
I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with this. I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. That is all I know. Well...
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a deadly serious infraction. Yes, you're correct. And I shall not waver. Luther Okada, you prepare for absolution.
If I must die, I will die fighting on my feet.
That's an end, it would seem. Let us see what remains on the terminal he was so interested in. The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer.
Wait.
It is contained in a phrase, our work at the refuge. For myself, the Supreme Arbiter, and Virgil especially. If judgment is the Arbiter's gavel, what is the Arbiter's scalpel? Ah, you've got the spirit exactly. An Arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an Arbiter's...
Tama.
From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme... To what end, I wonder? The tone of her... And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. But the Protectorate does not ally itself with Sub Rosa. What could Sub Rosa want with one of our abandoned stations? Well, at least we found what we needed. I wish I could take more solace in Okada's death. Alas. Worry. Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruit, and circumstances aside,
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared. Excellent. I look forward to it. Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Find the hostile. A perfect society to do. Come on out. I give you more.
Stay your execution.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Those fools! Protectorate subjects should know better than to attack a Protectorate art. I had no choice but to judge them as traitors to the Protectorate. Why would they simply open fire? Why would group psychoses have... I shall continue to answer...
Nanti kasih tahu. Baiknya jangan diberitahu.
Baton scan. Stun weapon ready, Commander.
At your word, I shall...
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scope for combatant analysis. Torpificator at ready status. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
and my hammer. Taking punitive action.
Adversary. Taking the fight out of them. They're benumbed. Combatant scared.
Commander, stop dying at once!
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Torpificator is charged. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. On their weaknesses. Go for torpification. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Prosecuting! Viscerally!
I'll handle this.
Witness what before
Can't attack what's not there. Taking the fight out of them, locking them down. Check your scopes.
You have my thanks and my hat. Mediating! Lethally!
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scanned.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
Standing by to stupefy.
Yeah. Rao, what would you do if your sovereign commanded you to shoot him?
I would not fire upon him, obviously. Do you see a firearm on my person?
Ah, but not shooting him would be an act of betrayal, correct? Denying a direct order?
Why, in any universe, would the sovereign order one of his own to shoot him? This is the problem with you scienticians. You consider rhetoricals as if they hold weight.
Central Control is open to no visitors. Turn around. Best turn around. Central Control isn't... Wait. Orbiter Rao? What are you doing here? I've heard a great deal regarding your exploits within the Protectorate. And it is all that prevents me from summoning the Guard. I have strict orders to arrest you on sight.
I've no desire to slay you, but if you seek to prevent me from pursuing my duties, I will have no other choice.
You? We'll overwhelm you yet! Alarm! Intruder at Central Control!
Check your scope for combatant analysis. Target analyzed.
Your vitals look grim, Commander.
No escape for you.
None shall stand against...
Combatant
Much ado about nothing.
Smells like paint and agitated dust. Renovations, I surmise.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Forever vigilant.
Our colony. Our home.
Wih. Tem mulut.
The old quarters are... they have all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
Why, Tristan, are you actually having a demonstrable human reaction?
I'm fine. Some arid dust nearly found its way into my eye.
This
That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in order.
Enemy in vicinity.
I must reload! Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Unleash my no lawbreakers about!
Glory greater!
Spies asking for aid, and yet I must.
Hence, a formal audit of the...
I've eyes on a miscreant.
Click.
Unfriendly nearby.
Security got him cigarettes. He started smoking.
believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode. Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machine. You must finish.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at Varric's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot. My mentor isn't a turncoat. She must have intended something else. My mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the Consul into a trap.
Those unable to accept the truth do often invent their own.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense. Don't Tristan me! Just because the situation looks dire doesn't mean... Wait, do you hear that?
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over central control. It stands to reason the few Arbiters still trained here would only be Sentinels in armored regalia.
I cannot deny that central control has changed, but... What am I saying? I need not defend myself from the likes of you.
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless, and accosting a higher-ranked Arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort. There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had abandoned his station. He has, and must meet my judgment.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken.
Guys.
That question would have been easier prior to our traveling together. I've spared others at your behest, after all. I shall speak plainly. I would rather spare her, as her devotion to justice seems to match my own. But duty dictates I answer her accusations earnestly. As I have not done wrong, her accusations are slander, and therefore must be punished.
You've spurred me to bloodshed in similar situations.
There's no point in trying to bring your logic to bear. This is a decision I must make myself. I have been taught to uphold justice by any means necessary. Her accusations are grave enough to be answered. I don't like thinking thus. It toes the line of traitorism. But the
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter... I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day. Killing him...
That's even worse than I thought. You choked...
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did. What you intend to do.
But it is of no consequence. I must... Architect's mercy. I'm just not sure.
We don't know that for certain, but to an onlooker with...
Even the Supreme Arbiter has struggled with this? Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants. It seems I must reflect on this matter.
It would appear we're in agreement.
So him sparing adversaries is fine, I see.
So, what course of action do we take now? Certainly. I feel I must offer a...
No apology required. Arcadia...
I will.
Glory to the Protectorate, Junior Arbiter. Make me proud. I'm pleased we were able to resolve that...
Careful. Keep on like that, and the commander will say you've lost your...
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself. All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No. I refuse to question. Virgil will know what to make of this.
내가 혼자.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all...
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Mati Nas. Mati Nas.
Consider some.
Mantap.
Devoured everyone here, or they're all waiting to spring out at us.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the Council. Attendance is mandatory.
Announcements are seldom so pressing that everyone must leave their posts. I find myself wary.
faster. Let's go. The order, but console.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass. On account of my decision, I try not to think about regret or remorse. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think
That's the central tower of the Archive. Too marvelous a piece of engineering to be in the hands of heretics, you ask me.
this weather is quite conducive for cooling the Archive, and unconducive for me feeling my fingers.
I find your proposed time leisurely. Unaccountably so. But going any faster, I suppose I could spare 0.004% of my daily cycle to say hello.
Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Have you at least determined the cause of the avalanche?
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers! Corneal frostbite be damned! Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire. See that giant glowing structure in the... However, I'd caution you to give it a wide berth. The Archive's under Protectorate control, and they mean to keep it. You'll not gain access without serious military support. Are you in a high-risk life expectancy bracket? Because everything you're saying is precisely what I'd expect to hear from someone determined to lower the... Not this many. You'll be vastly outnumbered with gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty, but that's our problem, not yours. Cloister has been a difficult front. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Hypothetically, I would be obligated to render you into disparate parts, by means both painful and demonstrably. There were rifts since before lost new.
Traitorous scum or not, the Glorious Dawn aren't known for making things easy.
Thankfully, the presiding bishop and the Laureate Council have the rift problem well in hand. So they say. I'll need to test the proof before accepting.
Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex sine function in my head.
I have too much on my mind for idle musical chit-chat.
I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first one I've received since deployment.
Honestly,
try not to deviate from the norm.
Our lifesavers. I would have been.
Spoken shroud.
They would have been dead 3 times over without mine.
Oh, that does set my mind.
Heard that rift near the archive has destabilized. Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict. Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
Thanks.
Agent, I have a message for you. Oh,
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife.
No, that won't be necessary. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and the presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard. Oh, no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in Ascent. Of course, she does seem to be logging more. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the... Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? I'm quite sure I don't know what refugees you're referring to. I fear our conversation has drifted from its central thesis. Can I help answer any other queries for you? Belvedere Hall used to serve primarily as the garden's hub for all manner of reasons. Since the Order's forced dispossession of... Which is to say, please excuse our mess, we're still remodeling. May all your problems precede solution.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today.
Caffeine is proven to
Start
lead to
worry.
many positive health and research outcomes.
Your fractions should never be.
Welcome to the Caff integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions? Strength? Good choice. Here you are. I haven't spied you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered. All right, your turn. What questions have you got percolating in that mind of yours? I didn't hear a question. Everyone is simply contented by the good work they're doing to advance the plan. That said, if something more sinister was going on, well, good thing that...
You know, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but she sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth. Excellent question. Well, do I have to shoot?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Let's talk somewhere more private.
Hello. Welcome to Caff Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runge, and I'll be happy to assist you today. Is this another? I could spend all day expositing on the benefits of the apologies. But my colleague, Persephone, Miss Doyle, will be...
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little. I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden. The Order is not cultivating its perfect plan about... Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply. I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough. Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder. Moderate your volume, please! The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented. Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance. I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested? So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easy. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor. All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a... Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a key. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little... Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? It's too diluted by the time it enters circulation. I need the unfiltered drug. Outside of work, I have... let's call... And I...
Say, I observed that. Internal...
Allow me, child. Such an unproductive...
But I...
Glad my decades...
That's one way to become the center of attention.
If you need to discharge any sputum, I ask you kindly aim such accretions away from my No, not dead. Not yet. Nor imminently. I have... Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today. Oh, no. You know what they say about having too many total... Wait. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme. Forgive me if I don't shake. But now if I, don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels. Excogitation chapels are ordered prior to the war. Such focus in these unprecedented times. Such logs could However, by my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is, if you're determined, I recommend consulting with the presiding bishop on the matter. She can tell you more.
What is with the anomalous behavior? Aren't you the eccentric sort? What is with the anomalous behavior? That's one way to become the center of attention. Something assessing. Origin established.
Smart researchers patronize the Scientician Surplus. Quality goods at
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stuff either you intend to buy or you intend to go without? Of course.
Wait, what is this? Oh, something.
One of the most difficult... Simply go forward as if it had been flipped, and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose. If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, only the complete. At present, we do not have information.
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here. If only the Order administrants got their act together.
Tangent.
Inaccurate predictions.
Steal from your friends. How irrational. How did your hypothesis about the flowers fare?
Exposing them to melodic sound waves on a consistent basis did affect improvements on their overall.
You control for the amount of carbon dioxide expelled from your mouth. See, Princess?
More testing.
Wow. Ini traktor keren ini. Cepet aja.
Every day treating the same strains and abrasions. Tenure for a multifactorial disorder.
Is that crime really worth squandering our goodwill?
A second makeup exam will not be off, so I hope you studied this time, Briar. You may begin now.
Right.
You okay? Seem off by a few decimal points.
What a lamentable state of affairs. I remember the days when now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even war. Not with the corporate, my dear. Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan, I knew. There's a panel just here.
Easy.
And so, my sincerest thanks. I will be sure to extol.
At your service. With an acceptable oh, she's a real top-of-class type. Smart, I'm just... Anyway, I'd hate to waste...
I hope you have good news for me. I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised. Aw, wondering... I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds.
Stepper. Oke, sudah attack, gak apa-apa.
For pity's sake, is it the pump or the sealant? Industrial. Now the fountain's broken and I can't. Am I fretting? Well, there was I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. No, of course.
Security personnel are permitted in this booth. Leave. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving.
Agent, over here. Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your... Just think of all we can accomplish. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your...
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission.
Well, I'll be hanged at the pitter of footsteps at my door. Philo Tresmer, Protectorate Wordsman at Arms. In a different life, we might have been enemies. But as far as I'm concerned, anyone here not a traitorous, thrice-damned scientist is a compatriot of mine. I'd say the same were I inclined to use the phrase academic miscellanea. I am not just anyone. Though I suppose it a mite strange, as of yet, that does not include the other Protectorate personnel I've encountered on Cloister. Even though they seem... The Consul is intended to The Consul is doing his duty. I've heard rumors of late that a foolish minority has become skeptical of the Sovereign's leadership. Madness, I say. Hate is an inaccurate phrase. I am here because the Sovereign has tasked me. Unfortunately, my time here has taught me that only mass death has...
Okay.
The Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning is currently off limits to non-essential Order personnel.
Stop deviating from the baseline.
You. I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish. I have not the slightest theory as to how you bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially.
Exactly. Though, to be honest, I was thinking of filleting you.
I shall be the judge of her trustworthiness myself. There is a cultist-centric issue the Order needs resolved. I suspect you are capable of doing...
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, and I look forward to killing them.
My task is this. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of... Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it...
As much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
From what I understand, Vicar Levin's continued existence is a mere side effect of whatever personal vendetta you happen to be attending to. I'm pleased he does not lie among the ranks of the dead. But I will need a more tangible effort on your part to trust you. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task... I always find I work now. How might we be of use to... I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation. Who told you about that? Were there an experiment being conducted? The theoretical existence or non-existence of Order experiments are strictly within the Order's purview. It's not nefarious. It's a waste of time. But Laplace's garden was built as a scholar's utopia, with this drug perspective as its regulating reagent. One would think that an organization at active war would have more pressing responsibilities than a scholar's paradise. I have nothing but respect for Ruth. Without her guidance, if I had to dig for the smallest critique, I'd note that she shoulders too much. Specifically, a phlogistinated firearm, capable of tunneling through reinforced armor. Great. I was just thinking, I'd love for a stranger to... I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant.
That is not your property. No excuse for expropriation. Stop! Fleeing a crime is... Internal rec... On behalf of all aggrieved parties, the Order demands immediate restitution. That certainly remain... I shall see all...
You're picking the wrong lock, friendly acquaintance.
Sejarah paling gak disukai Bu. Oh, sastra. Ya. Faktor pembagi terbesar ya. Perkalian terkecil. Terkecil kali. Tapi bisa nyari tapi lupa artinya apa. Sakit. Makasih ya katang ya. Sakit.
You're back. Do you require additional supplies for further... We shall be...
Cause trouble, and I will school you chapter and verse. Please, keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
I'm here to maintain security, not to teach you remedial calculus.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
Yeah. I won't think twice about applying the precise amount of force.
This unit is currently unavailable.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you. I understand the strategic value of holding this station, but the odds of a handful of us repelling a full-scale attack is highly no reason to reason with you.
You're back. Do you
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions. And with the damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I'll wash my hands of it.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math plate. Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate. Thank you again, my...
Ya.
Commander, I have news. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes scanning his message, bringing our findings to... I only hope it dispels.
Yay.
Silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower. Look at the door next to those stairs.
Tristan! It's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Virgil! Ah, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered? Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation! I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now!
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die!
Yeah.
They never
There, a missile.
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold! You were beginning to say something before...
We cannot have this conversation until...
Malefactor ahead.
Kevin, fortification is forward.
Sure is it. Prepare for... You wish on the authority of the Gulf shall crush you.
their weaknesses. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Consul is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
I don't believe this. The Consul must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments?
It's hot.
Had I not been so overcome with emotion, I would have been thorough enough to delete that. It matters no longer.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath? You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. I find myself torn. Though I still believe wholeheartedly in Protectorate law, you and I have certainly encountered other dubious situations. You taught me to judge based on merits. Together we spared some and executed others. But what I have learned with you shall be most difficult to apply here. Virgil is my sworn brother, and he acted under duress. But killing the Supreme Arbiter is unforgivable. Yes, but it is beyond the jurisdiction of even those such as us to...
And how would the Consul have reacted to an official accusation of treason by...
But the Supreme Arbiter herself taught us exactly that. That evident...
People change when faced with their own death. I would expect you'd learned that by now.
That should be true, but did he not interpret it incorrectly? The law is clear, but Is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for more? No. And even if there was, I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother. It could be better if I did not. I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal.
Don't fret. Can always track him down and...
I don't know what to say. I just wish there had been some other option. That's all well and good. 1,000 words of thanks for meeting me here, Tristan. Though, before I go...
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. Commander, this has all been... Commander, despite the manner of what Virgil has done, but allowing him to live was betraying the Protectorate, wasn't it? I find myself more torn than ever before, and yet, you're right. Having good intentions does not spare you. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate system. But how? I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept. But it is... No! That is a step too far. Despite its flaws, I still believe in the Protectorate, if only the central idea be... I hadn't even considered that. I suppose... Yet, words are not worth the air propelled. When we began traveling together, I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation.
Nice. Loh, kok jam 10?